All right. We're here with Lou Stangasser, the first IHE interview of the evening. Lou, just wanted to ask you a couple of questions about hunting. And just give us your best off-the-cuff answers to the questions.
Okay.
First of all, who and what brought you to hunting?
Oh, my uncles. My dad wasn't a hunter, but he'd take me shooting once in a while, 22s, at the ash dump. But my uncles were the hunters, and every time we go to Ohio, they'd elicit me to go in the barns and in the silos and kick out the pigeons so they could shoot them. And so I was a good runner and a good fetcher.
So is that one or two uncles, or?
Yeah, Uncle Bob, Uncle Steve, and Uncle Johnny, 3 uncles.
And where was this?
Warren, Ohio is where they lived, and we always made the Christmas vacation, went there, and they always took me hunting for Christmas since maybe I was very young.
How old did you start?
I'm guessing probably they were running me around places when 8 years old, 9 years old.
Oh, wow.
I didn't hunt until later. I got to be 12. But my Uncle Johnny was the one that took me squirrel hunting, and it just got me used to putting my 22 on my bicycle and heading for the woods. Take me fishing too.
Still a pretty long time you've been hunting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What hunter, if any, do you respect the most, and why?
Like I said, probably my Uncle Johnny. He was amazing. It just taught me to walk like an Indian when you're hunting squirrels and not make any noise, and he'd look back at me with a stern look if I cracked a twig, and so my skills got better and better as the older I got. I remember one time I had a 20 gauge shotgun, and I borrowed it from my brother-in-law, and a bird went up when I was young, and bam, 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 I missed the sucker, and he throws his hands up and shoots the bird way off in the distance. Then when I come out of the Marines, I had a 12 gauge shotgun, Ethica, I bought in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and we were hunting, me, Uncle Steve, and Uncle Johnny, we were hunting, and a rabbit comes out between us and went to the right out of their field of view. Bam, bam, I got him in one shot, and he said, "Boy, that boy has improved."
Using only 3 words. Can you describe the hunting experience?
Oh. 3 words, huh?
3 words.
Probably very pleasurable, exciting at times, and just uplifting. Put your head on straight.
Pleasurable, uplifting, and exciting.
It is.
All right, well, those are good three good words. Using only 3 words, what do you feel are the most important qualities for a hunter to possess?
I think patience, honesty, and maybe caring of wildlife.
Patience, honesty, and caring.
Yeah.
Okay, also 3 good qualities. If you have any particular hunting experience that stands out, or call it your greatest hunting experience. Can you recall what that was, if there's any one in particular?
Well, probably the greatest one is by myself on Long Island hunting the elk deer for 5 years.
The elk deer.
And I never got him. I called him the elk deer because I believe when he died he was a 19 pointer.
Oh my gosh.
And I hunted him the last year, never saw him, and passed up 10s and a few 10s and a few 8s here on Long Island. But this deer was so smart I knew his backyard like the back of my hand, and I would try to always be on the right side of the wind from him, because half the time I'd be climbing up a tree and he'd be snorting over my shoulder. So that deer presented a lot of, and the ranger kept saying, "Lou, you got to shoot something with your bow and arrow," but this is all bow. But that's probably my greatest.
The elk deer.
The elk deer, I call them.
Any idea what the elk deer? I know I think you had told me once before that the elk deer has passed, but not by the hands of a hunter or something.
No,
like
I
that.
believe that he was killed in a fire, and I believe his horns are up. Somebody told me at the Ridge Deer Check at the Ridge Fire Station, and he died in a fire. He got his horns stuck in a barbed wire fence. I've never seen the horns, but someone told me, and he died as a 19 pointer.
We're gonna have to go check him out.
Yeah, I'll have to do that one day, but I've never had the opportunity to do that. The ranger told me that's what happened.
Right.
So.
Lou, have you ever, or are you at this particular time mentoring anyone towards hunting?
Oh, I am. I live in North Carolina, and I teach a 4-H shooting team, and I also teach hunter education for my buddy mostly, Joe, who runs the 4-H program. But I help with all the shooting sports because, as a Marine, I was a expert shooter, and I have all those skills that I relate to the kids. And it's really nice to see when your kids. I had one this past summer go to the Nationals in the 4-H with a muzzle loader, one of my muzzle loaders. So he's doing good, did great. Our team from North Carolina came in 4th in the nation. So
you mentor quite a lot then.
Yeah, it was good.
And I know personally from firsthand experience, you purchase lifetime hunting licenses for all your grandkids.
Yep.
Which is really something. You hear a lot about the declining population of hunters. What do you think the future holds for hunting?
Well, I think the hunter and the sportsman and even the person who just likes to shoot for target practice, they need to be open with it. They need to talk about it. They need to mentor young kids for sure, and not be ashamed. Many people in the Northeast have a wrong impression about hunting. It is a harvest of animals that you can keep going and going forever. And, they need to take the initiative and not feel backward or ashamed, or at a cocktail party. You cannot change those people that want to be changed, but the general public needs to hear that it's a good thing we're doing.
Right. I absolutely agree. You see, and you coming from Ohio and so forth, and being around hunting for a long time, you see different hunting experiences perhaps on TV, or you read about it in the magazines from other states and so forth. How is hunting in New York perhaps different than hunting in some of these other states?
I think New York is a great state because they have a long season, and you can hunt a variety of animals. Some states are a little backward, like my state. They don't have Sunday hunting in places, but they're improving, slow but sure. I think that certain groups of people, if you're an AR shooter or you're a muzzle loader, you shouldn't fight with each other about different things. We all support the same thing. We just do it a different way. North Carolina, they hunt with dogs, and there's many people that say, "Oh, you shouldn't hunt with dogs." Well, you can't get them out of the swamp any other way.
Right. Comparing New York to other states like you just have, how about hunting on Long Island as opposed to hunting, say, upstate New York? do you notice any particular differences or anything that jumps out at you about the difference? Or what makes hunting on Long Island unique?
There are a lot of big animals here, but the places that you can hunt them are minimal. And I hunted for many, many years through DEC property, a ridge, and I had to have my whole family call up. You know, the week before on a Sunday, they would take the time on a Sunday morning and a Saturday morning to try to get me 2 spots the next weekend. And I have seen hunters out in the field with their cell phones calling in for the next Sunday's hunt if they possibly. So it's land. It's at a premium here on Long Island, and if we could get more areas open, you know, it would be great. I don't know how that's possible, but that's the only difference upstate, and I just walked the trail, so there's so much land out there that's available for hunting, and upstate compared to here.
Compared to downstate and
Yeah.
around, yeah, certainly. Do you have any particular hunting goals at this particular point? And if so, what are they?
Well, I like to get one up at the hunting camp so these boys stop razzing me. I have not shot one up there yet. I've had opportunities.
That would be at Camp Donovan?
Camp Donovan. I've had opportunities to take them with a bow, but you know, when you're looking at 10-pointers on the island here, and you see a spike in front of you, and you can take them. It was tough for me, especially if you had names for all these deers. Yeah.
So basically, to harvest something out of Camp Donovan weekend.
Yeah, for me,
Right.
I would like to do that one of these days. They caught me off guard this this year in the dead zone.
Do you have any favorite hunting TV shows or hunting forums, magazines, anything like that you can recommend?
I honestly can't. I don't watch hunting shows or other things like that. No, I just
Shotgun News?
yeah, I like Shotgun News because it gives you an opportunity to find some political things that are going on, and it's usually a month behind. But I like all the deals that they have sometimes on firearms. I collect firearms, especially military firearms. So
Okay. Final question. How do you feel hunters coming together in organizations like IHE can benefit preserving hunting for future generations?
I think it's great. Anytime that you can be sort of offensive instead of defensive or quiet is good. And if you can get your program on TV or anywhere, there are loads of young people out there, especially in the school system, that would love it. We had the outdoor club at Comac Middle School for years and years, and there were loads of kids who never took up a fishing pole on Long Island. We took them fishing, we took them shooting, we took them, you know, build bluebird houses for state parks, and we did all kinds of things. But they killed that club at the middle school because, I don't know, I think the lawyers were afraid that, you know, something would happen on one of our ski trips or whitewater rafting trips. But we took these kids everywhere, and we need to get back in the schools.
Back in the schools.
Back in the schools.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. First
Okay,
interview
good.
for the IHE.
Okay.